¿Qué hubo, fieras? Espero que estén bien. I hope you're doing good. Right now, we're experiencing a lot of retrogrades, and sometimes it can be really hard to know what that means for us. So, the ancestors wanted me to share some messages with you about these energies. So, a little bit of info. Cuando las energías de los planetas are in what is called direct, then these are the energies of the planets as they exist in their essence. And when planets are said to be in retrograde, that's when we look at them and it seems like they are rotating backwards. And that's when the energies of these planets are being disrupted. A quick visual would be when I stir this cup of tea. En este caso, este de romero. If a planet is direct, then its energy is going in the direction that it's meant to. But what happens when a planet, in this case Venus and Mercury, go retrograde? You see the energy being disrupted and become a bit chaotic even before it flows in a different direction. What's happening right now is that these energies are going in the opposite direction than the direction in which they're meant to go. And sometimes we can feel off when this disruption in the energy is happening. Acuérdense que each celestial being has a different effect on us. And of course, our own energies have a big role to play in that too. Right now, we are experiencing the twins in retrograde. Our histories nos dicen que QuetzalCoatl y Xolotl son gemelos. They are the twins, the opposite energies that represent life in the underworld. QuetzalCoatl es una representación de Venus y Xolotl una representación de Mercurio. Estas dos energías being in retrograde let us know that our energies are being reset. We are being allowed to see things in a different depth and perspective con las que nunca habíamos visto nada antes. And this is to be able to move forward in a more steady pace and to be able to take steps in a more stable manner so that we can face the challenges that we are about to face. A lot of these challenges are going to come through as soon as we start feeling that Neptune is now in the element of fire. And I'll put a link in the description to the video in which I talked about this last year. And I'll make sure to make another video to discuss it a bit more. At the same time, because Venus is a feminine energy and Mercury is a masculine energy, también we're going to be very much affected by the lunar and solar eclipses we just had. Again, this is something I talked about last year, and I'll put the link in the description also. But I talked about the vortex that is formed when the feminine and masculine energies are healing and aligning. And this happens when we have solar eclipses and lunar eclipses that are close to each other, and sometimes even back to back. Last year, when this happened, we were very much in the middle of the vortex. But this year, we have moved past it. And the Venus and Mercury retrogrades were the reason why. Our feminine and masculine energies are resisting the change right now. And we might be feeling that just like the retrogrades, our energies are moving backwards. Like we're taking steps back instead of forward when it comes to our goals, when it comes to the things that we want to achieve. But we are feeling off because right now our energy is healing. Right now we are sitting back in energies that we thought were long gone, that we had overgrown, that we had left behind. And we are feeling frustrated because we know that we've been here before. The difference is that now we have lived and experienced so much that we have no other choice but to use all that we learned to come out of this energy better than we went into it. And one of the hints about this is that I think everybody's noticed that this Mercury retrograde feels a bit different. Many of us have resisted going back into toxic habits, situations, and relationships that had a really tight grip on us. In other retrogrades, if you'll remember, we would have run back into those things and we would have loved it until, of course, things fell apart again and we knew why we shouldn't have gone back in the first place. But that is part of the process, or at least it was part of our healing process. The fact that this time we didn't go back into it, it's something that we should be very proud of because it is a sign of our progress, of the healing that we have done. When I was sitting down and meditating with the ancestors, and I was trying to figure out what the message was for these retrogrades, the ancestors gave me a vision. As I was sitting down, the ancestors were right in front of me, and they literally pulled an invisible but very real veil from my eyes. The ancestors are letting us know that our ability to see between worlds is being enhanced. We will be able to experience this reality and the one beyond. For those of us that are connected to our intuition, those of us that trust without knowing, we will not only be able to see the worlds, but we will be able to move among them. This is the time when we reach into the underworld for our dreams and bring them into this world to make them a reality. The impossible will become possible. For now, we sit in these energies and we remember to put in the work. We gotta leave behind what doesn't feel right anymore and focus on what we do want, what does make us feel ourselves comfortable, a gusto. This new path we're going into is gonna feel not only new but unknown. And this is when we gotta trust the ancestors and trust that they're guiding us in the right direction. Siempre acuérdense que the universe is working in our favor. I hope this message resonated. Please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And as always, sending you fiera vibes. Tlasoka matimiak.